Hello viewers, I welcome you all in today's Defense Dialogue. Here we discuss geopolitical matters, national security, public and other contemporary issues that affects Bangladesh. Today we plan to discuss on strengthening Bangladesh-Myanmar relation, a focus on economic issues and connectivity. I am Sohel Rana, your host for today. Ladies and gentlemen, in a world where regional stability and economic prosperity are increasingly interconnected, fostering strong relation between neighboring countries, which is very essential. We have two neighbors, India and Bangladesh. Throughout last more than 50 years, we have developed a good relation with India, having our embassies in different places like Agartala, Kolkata, New Delhi, or in Mumbai. Whereas we have ignored our neighbor at south, where we have just one embassy having 3 or 5 staffs handling our relation in Myanmar. However, Myanmar shares their boundary with us, and we have a historical ties with this country. Today, we'll explore the economic challenges and opportunities that lies ahead, and we'll try to find out the key infrastructure projects that can improve our connectivity between these two nations. We'll try to look for a solution, a way forward. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very fortunate to find Brigadier General Hasan Muhammad Shamsuddin. I find he has a lot of credentials in his stack, especially in the field of education. He has completed his master's from the National University, completed MBA from Dhaka University, and he has done MPhil from Bangladesh University of Professionals on Security and Strategic Studies. Now he is pursuing his PhD. He has written, as I find, more than 10 books, mostly on Myanmar-Bangladesh relation, security, and other issues. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me in this session.
Sir, before we go to the serious discussion, may I humbly ask, what are you doing these days?
Thank you again. These days, I'm interested to pursue the Bangladesh-Myanmar relationship, mainly focusing on Rohingya issues, as well as the situation in Myanmar. For last 6-7 years, I am working on that, and I try to, involve myself in awareness development for our country people regarding this neighbor.
That is very, very interesting, sir. And I'm sure you are also taking class in different educational institutions.
I am joining in different seminars and other places just to share my knowledge and experience. At the same time, gain also experience from there.
That is very nice to hear, sir. Sir, my first question, what are the current major economic challenges you find between Bangladesh and Myanmar?
First challenge that I should say is the situation. The situation in Rakhine state of Myanmar is the neighboring state. I think it's not at all secure. Fighting is going on. Though at present this is under control of Arakan army, but till now we just cannot say actually what will happen. So first the security situation, then the people-to-people contact between the business people, contact between the formal trade facilities, problems regarding the port and other facilities, problem regarding the connectivities. All these actually are creating obstacle for developing this relationship.
Sir, you said in the beginning that they have the connectivity, and we have failed to take the opportunities or facilities of this connectivity. We will come to that question or this, on this subject. But what do you think? Why we do not have a good relation with our southern neighbor. We have crossed almost 54 years of our independence. What stopped the having good relation with our southern neighbor?
Yeah, it's a burning question, burning issue. We have only two neighbors, India and Myanmar. And for after independence, Myanmar gave the recognition as independent country, and Myanmar wanted to develop better relationship with Bangladesh. And as well as the Neuin, the president of Myanmar, visited Bangladesh. They had good time with our presidents also that time. But after that, for unknown reason, we could not pursue in developing this relationship with Myanmar. And as a result, we are totally dark and ignorant regarding this country.
Okay. So do you think that it is imposed on us, or we have taken our decision at our own? I mean, it's a question.
We want quick, return.
Okay.
Less patience. So for long-term investment and long-term return, probably we need to align our mindset. We need to develop this habit. Otherwise, it will be very difficult.
Very wonderful answer you have given, sir. You see, the Rohingya issues, the migration of Rohingya from Myanmar to Bangladesh, that has impacted our relation in many ways. Call it political, call it religious, call it military, call it economical. That has severe impact on our economy also. How do you see this migration of Rohingya from Myanmar to Bangladesh, and what forced them to come to this country?
Just after independence of Myanmar, they had a plan to oust these Rohingyas because they are not included in their ethnic groups of Myanmar because they are a bit different. Myanmar, they are Mongoloid, Bhamar and other, they have 135 tribes, but Rohingyas, they didn't include. Moreover, during Second World War, Rohingya, they supported the Britishers, and the Rakhines, they supported Japanese. Though these Bhamars, they changed their side and they ousted Japanese with the help of Britishers, but the grasp towards Rohingya, it remained. So they have a, long continuous plan to oust the Rohingyas, and in 2017, probably Min Aung Hlaing, the president of Myanmar, they told that we have completed an unfinished job. That is thrown out these Rohingyas by carrying out the atrocities to this Bangladesh.
Okay. Fine. That has forced them to leave their country and come to Bangladesh. Okay, that's a fine answer, sir. And what with them? What are the things they have brought to our country? What do you think? The extremism or any threat for our sovereignty or our integrity? What are the things they have brought with them to our country?
They brought actually horror, frustration, hatred, poverty, all these things. Because they are suppressed people. They became subhuman. Their citizenship rights were taken away from them. So by that, they no longer probably knows how to lead a good life in this world. So with all these negative, negative feelings, they are inside Bangladesh. And to add with that, I should say, they were under tremendous pressure. Brutally, they were massacred. And with hatred, they were kicked out of this Myanmar. And they got shelter in Bangladesh, and at least they are safe now. They could save their life.
Do you think that this country is ready to take the load of this 1 million, now it is 1.5 million maybe, people of Myanmar? What do you think? They should go back, or we should utilize them for building better Bangladesh?
It's a question, good, you have asked. Bangladesh, at first we have to see our unemployment rate. We need to train our people also for better Bangladesh, number one. Then we should think for Rohingyas and others. But one thing, this repatriation should be and should only be the solution for this Rohingya crisis. There should not be any shortcut, because it's very difficult for Bangladesh, or Bangladesh should not bear this burden in future. And international community, I think, should help so that Bangladesh is relieved out of this burden.
Okay. Sir, now let us go back to the economic side, what we are planning to discuss. How Bangladesh and Myanmar jointly can invite foreign investment to boost in this area. You see, China has invested a lot to build the road infrastructure. They have built up the electricity line. They have built the internet connectivity. India has also invested to develop a seaport in Myanmar. So, how Bangladesh can be benefited out of this investment?
Rakhine is excellent hub for connectivity from Bangladesh towards Asian countries, Bangladesh towards China, Bangladesh towards Seven Sisters also. China, huge investment is there in Rakhine state. In Chokpyu, they have developed the port. They have 1,100 kilometers of gas and oil pipeline. Good. They are pumping oil towards Kunming in China. India is having an investment in Kaladan multimodal project, though it's a bit stopped, but now it will continue. So, and Japan, they have also investment in Rakhine. Rakhine is very rich in timber, in agricultural products. Also, it has got beautiful, coastal line. So many things can be developed, can explode. Our Cox's Bazar is a tourist spot, and Nakpali and Rakhine is also a tourist spot. We can very well, bilaterally develop all those places if we have established better relationship with these two countries, with people, with Arakan Army, that means the political parties of Myanmar. And by this, I think many problems can be solved. But so far, if you ask me how far we proceeded, I'll tell that it's frustrating. Okay. But I am optimistic. I am optimistic.
Sir, you have raised a very good prospect to have a good relation. I am thinking to take my car and cross the river Nav and through Myanmar, Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, and I'll land at Sumatra if our relation is good. It is not only the taking my car, but also taking the economy along with this car. So this is a very good point, sir, you said. And of course, I said in connectivity with Thailand or Singapore, but also we can connect through China to Tianjin port. This is a big port in China. Sir, you said Rakhine State Army, that they are fighting for their...
Arakan Army.
Arakan Army. It's called Arakan Army. They are fighting for their independence or for their land. And
sovereignty and autonomy.
Sovereignty and autonomy. Fine. That is good. And how do you see our relations with Myanmar government and this Arakan Army leadership?
I think we lack in developing the relationship. Hardly we have any formal relationship with Arakan Army or their political party, that means United League of Arakan. We don't have much relationship. With Myanmar Army, yes, formal relationship we have. We have diplomatic ties with them. We greet during their Independent Day. But at the end of the day, we find that things are frustrating. The relationship is not that warm to proceed further. It's a bad luck, it's a drawback, and we should come out from this.
Okay. And you said our relation with Arakan, I mean the Arakan Army, or you said they are the freedom fighters. Freedom fighters. And we are yet to establish a good relation with them. What are the steps Bangladesh should take to strengthen relation between these two? I'll not call it government or two states, but these two parties, because Bangladesh has to have a good neighbor. Either it is ruled by Myanmar government or ruled by the Arakan Liberation Fronts, I mean the freedom fighters. What are the steps Bangladesh should take to have good relation with the emerging force?
It's not difficult. If we see the Thailand one, Thailand is having very good relationship with the rebels, at the same time Myanmar army or Myanmar government. China, excellent relationship with MNDA, Tang National Liberation Front, also with Arakan army. India, last time, though India supports Myanmar government, but in November they invited the representative of Arakan army, also Chin National Army, and they had a discussion and they have established a relationship, and after that Kaladan multimodal project started again after probably 2 years plus. So Bangladesh can very well go for track 1.5 and track 2 diplomacy to establish relationship with United League of Arakan, people of Arakan, think tanks of Arakan, also business community of Arakan. Lot of possibilities are there. Why we are not going forward? I think we are trying. I should say that yes, our interim government chief advisor is very much prudent to take decision, and he appointed advisor to look into this matter. I hope in future Bangladesh will be able to establish contact.
Okay, sir. One word that strikes always my mind. I am not sure about that. What is track to diplomacy?
Track to diplomacy is the informal one.
Informal
it's not through diplomatic channel.
It is a back channel.
It's a not through diplomatic channel.
It is called back
beside
channel.
Diplomatic channel, yeah.
Oh.
You can
Alternative.
say beside diplomatic channel there are think tanks, there are academicians, there are business community, there are other people to people contact. All these things can be in track 2 diplomacy.
Very good,
And along with that, it is some term is there, track 1.5 diplomacy. That means some bit of diplomatic flavor also can be added with that.
Fantastic, sir. The new words are coming out from your mouth, and I'm very.
No, these are very common. These are very common.
Very common. Maybe I'm not aware of that, sir. Sir, you said you are working with a think tank, or you have a platform. Did you try to contact with the Myanmar counterparts? How they behave? How they reciprocate? Are they conservative? Are they scared? Or do they consider Bangladesh as always a big enemy? What is your experience in this?
You see, they are like other human beings. They contact. They have their family life. They can talk nicely. There is no problem in that. And they are working for their country, for the independence, for the autonomy of their region. That means Rakhine State, Arakan. So if we contact, yes. We don't physically contact with them, but through media, through our conference, we contact with them. They wanted to contact with us, but we missed the train. Firstly, with the National Unity Government after 2020 election, but time is there. Better late than never. With Arakan Army also, because in 2018-19 they came forward to support, but I don't know, probably it's a national, priority or other thing. For that reason, we didn't contact. But still time is there, I must say, that we should establish warm relationship with Arakan Army or United League of Arakan, and also National Unity Government, and also with the think tanks of Rakhine State, also with the people of Arakan.
Sir,
it's a must.
Very good. You have given absolute recommendations of where we can improve our
It's optimistic.
No, sure, sir. We must be optimistic. We must be positive.
Look out.
We should find a opportunity in any kind of problem. So, do you think that any third country platform like Thailand, like Singapore, do you have any relation or in connectivity with these think tanks so that they can generate a comfortable environment where you can talk freely and Myanmar can talk freely? Because we need to have good relation between two neighbors.
We can very well go forward and contact with them. There is no doubt in that. And if it is required that Thailand or Singapore or China can come forward, but at first you have to ask for it, what you need. And if you just project your requirement, I believe so many people are there to accept that. So at first we need to feel that yes, I want to establish this relationship, then we can very well continue. We don't have, because we are capable to establish contact, but some bit of formal setup is required, which is missing in our country. Badly
very
missing,
good,
I
sir.
must say.
Okay, okay. There lies the 1.5 diplomacy. You need a flavor of the government sponsor.
Sponsoring is a must.
Sir, Bangladesh Army is a sizable force now deployed in aid of civil power, and they're all focused on the restoration of discipline in our country. Do you think that they are ignoring that part of where we can say that we have established a back channel or established a connection to have a good relation with the Myanmar army or neighbor or with government? Because army is a big platform, an organization who can take the lead to take this relation forward.
National aim and national security. Army will pursue that. If
Okay.
we have established the national aim and our national security directives, then certainly Army can do it. And in any unstable situation inside country, Army can come forward, and Army is doing it. So Army can very well
Sir.
involve themselves. It's the directives that Army need to perform or to execute.
Very good, sir. The head of the state or the
Policymakers.
policymakers, they should come out with the policies. I mean, with the
What should be better for the country, they should decide, then Army can very well perform that.
sir. You know, the interim government is in power, and they have employed one retired ambassador, Ambassador Khalilur Rahman, if I'm not
Yes.
wrong. He's in charge of handling this Rohingya issue. Did you find any change so far in developing or building a good relation between these two countries?
I am always optimistic. I believe that he is working hard. He is trying to establish contact. And this year, I think there will be a meeting with all the superpowers and other countries. They will together, they will decide actually what Bangladesh should do or they should do for solving this Rohingya crisis. I think working is on. Till now, probably those results are not surfaced, but I believe that those will be surfaced soon. I am hopeful.
Okay. You said the one point I have tried to bring to your notice, that is the Rohingyas, 1.5 billion Rohingya, they are residing in Bangladesh, and they are sitting idle in a small place in Teknaf, doing nothing. And do you think that this is a security threat for the country? And do you find any symptoms of being threat to our country? Do you find any symptoms?
Sure, because it's their security threat, no doubt in that. Because arms smuggling, then drug smuggling, then human trafficking, then there are a lot of disciplinary actions are going on, abuses are going on. So no doubt it's a threat. And in the camps, fighting is going on in between Rohingyas. So they are posing security threat not only Bangladesh but for the region also. And it need to be combated, no doubt in that, no doubt in that. But what we are doing, we are trying our best to handle those situations. The density, population density is a problem there, because probably 70,000 Rohingyas are staying in 1 kilometer, square kilometer area, which is very, very difficult. So we need to shift some of the Rohingyas to some other places so that the law enforcing agencies can work in the camps properly and control the situation. At the same time, Rohingyas, they also should come forward. Leadership should be there in Rohingyas to stop all those nuisance. And we need, or they need to empower themselves for achieving their rights. Because nobody actually can create that and give it to you.
Okay.
You have to achieve it. You have to get it. You have to snatch it. And you need to prepare for that also.
Okay, sir, I have a small question.
Please.
These Rohingya, do they have a good command and control in between them? I mean, how many groups they have, or who is controlling this? Is he staying in Bangladesh, or he is staying in Arakan, or he is staying in somewhere in Middle East, and he is financing and he is trying to control this huge people or huge business? I mean, the business, whatever you are going on, the arms smuggling and drugs
Trafficking,
you
human
say
trafficking.
human trafficking. Are they from Bangladesh or from somewhere else?
No, these people are staying inside the camps.
Okay.
They are just using this porous border and
Okay.
doing this nuisance. And there are a number of groups, probably 10 groups they working in this Rohingya. And among those 2 groups are fighting among themselves just to establish control because money matters.
Money matters.
So,
Do you find any steps by the Bangladeshi government to have our own group, because you have to control them? Did we create any group, or do we sponsor any group? I mean, in your findings, do you find anybody that we can sponsor them to have a good, good leadership or good command and control, so that we can handle those unruly people?
our intelligence organizations are
They're
working, I believe.
Okay.
And Bangladesh is not sponsoring any group, but trying to stabilize the situation inside the camps. And Bangladesh is trying their best to control that area. But Bangladesh is not patronizing any group, I
Okay.
believe, I strongly believe, what should I say, on behalf of Rohingyas. No, Bangladesh is not doing such thing.
Okay, but what I think that they should, they should generate a leadership trends or leadership system among them, so that they remain within the boundary or they remain controlled, because discipline is one of the, the only issue for these people. Sir, let us go to some other issues.
Please.
And do you find any friend of Bangladesh trying to solve this problem?
You see,
Feel free to tell anything, sir.
in geopolitics and geostrategy,
Nobody's friend and nobody's enemy.
nobody's enemy.
Right.
So it's the interest. So to pursue your interest, you should find out who is going to help you. And if somebody stops you, that means that is also hampering his interest. That's why he's stopping you. So you must find out who is doing that and how best you can stop. So it is Bangladesh who need to establish her own right in international arena, in geopolitics and in geostrategy. So if we don't go forward, others are there, they will not care for us. We have to project our requirements. We need to pursue our interest, then we will get it. If we don't pursue, if we don't project, who is going to work for us? Nobody.
Sir, may I ask a political question?
Sure.
You said that Bangladesh has to select a leadership or a approach how they are going to solve the problem. And through your deliberation, I understand that whoever is controlling this Bay of Bengal, he has to be a good leader, benevolent leader, and he should enjoy the trust of all the countries across the Bay of Bengal, so that he can bring change, economical change in all these countries, like in Myanmar, in Bangladesh, in Sri Lanka, in Thailand, or whatever, say Myanmar and other places. Do you find any leaders, or do you foresee any leader in Bangladesh that who is going to handle, who will be able to handle this kind of situation? It's a political question, sir.
Political questions should be answered in a political way.
No, we are
There should not
free
be
to,
any definite way. Yes, Bangladesh, whoever become leader, should be able to pursue Bangladesh own interest, number one.
True. Okay.
And this Rakhine is geopolitically is very important, geostrategically is very important. And it's a contesting ground for the superpowers and regional powers. Chinese interest is there in Rakhine. India's interest is there in Rakhine. USA also wants to dominate in Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean. Now Bangladesh should find out with whom Bangladesh will work to get the better result for the benefit of this country.
Sir, wonderful, wonderfully answered, political answer of a political question. I liked it, sir. And so, what I understand that we are likely to have elections end of this year or maybe next year, and surely we have one elected government from any political party, and I'm sure they should have their own people, own skilled people who will be working right from today, so that after taking over the power, they're listening what we are discussing. They should find out the way of solving this crisis, making it an opportunity for our country. This is a take from our side to the next government.
Sure.
Sir, we are, I don't know how many minutes we are talking, but it's a very good interactive session, I must say.
Thank you very much.
Sir, what about the Myanmar present government leadership? Is military are in a right track? I mean, in control of rest of Myanmar, or Aung San Suu Kyi is coming out from jail, or she is having prospect?
You see, if we see the history, because we need to look back to answer this question.
Okay.
Myanmar Army actually is the foundation, is the founding, what should I say, organization of Myanmar. So people cannot deny the contribution of army, no doubt in that. Army representing the majority Bamar population. They are 69% of Myanmar total population. Army, yes, now a bit in back foot, because earlier they used to be supported by Bhamars, blind support, and also the monks. Now the monks and Bhamars, a portion of those, they are away from supporting this army. That's why army is in back footing. But till now the army is very strong, because other, you see, all other 135 tribes or ethnic minorities, they are fighting for last 80 years but could not make a headway. So all the time they have strategy, Myanmar army. They go for ceasefire, then they attack somebody. This time all of them, the three brotherhood alliances, the MNDA, Tang National Army and Arakan Army, they formed three brotherhood alliance and attacked simultaneously. So now Tatmadaw or Myanmar army is in back foot. But if they can achieve ceasefire in the northern areas with China border, they may launch attack to Arakan army. Who knows? Because 10,000 troops are ready to launch. Where they are going to launch? That's the question.
Okay. So you are saying that in Myanmar, army or the military is the source of integrity, having a lot of tribes working in different places and
peripheral
places. So that is also source of the unity in Myanmar. And how about the standard of Myanmar army? I mean, not in the military power. How motivation they have? How much? What kind of motivation they have within them? Do you have any information about that? I mean, their motivation part and their interpersonal relation between juniors and seniors, leaders and commanders and the soldiers?
For last 80 years, they are war hardened, but not in conventional warfare, but they are fighting insurgency for last 80 years. They are highly expert in tackling all those situations. But for conventional warfare, yes, they need to adjust their setting, but they have the equipments, they have the ability, they have the training, they are capable, provided they get the support from the people, majority, and also the monks, because the dynamics is a bit different than that of Bangladesh, because they believe all those Buddhist monks, they are the supporters, also the Bhamars, they are the supporters. So it is a bit different than normal army of other countries. So we need to understand this psychology and go forward. But Myanmar army is capable. Till now they are capable, though now you can see that they are a bit lackings. They lost many territories, but gradually probably they gain that also. But I don't know whether they will continue this or they will go for political transition. Let's see.
Okay. Fine.
Future will say.
Okay. Sir, we have started with economy, but we have landed in military and international relations and the relationship. I'm loving this interactive session with you. We have a lot
Thank you very
of information about Myanmar. Sir, if we consider the Rohingyas in Teknaf, some of the Rohingyas are shifted to Hasan or some other places. How they are doing in new place in Hasan or some other places? Are they are happy, or do you think that they have the opportunity to do better here? And how this transportation from Teknaf to Hasan that has impacted to other Rohingyas?
The Bangladesh government is a nice place. This Bhasan Char they have constructed. I was there. I stayed there for 3 to 4 days. I went from Chittagong to Bhasan Char, stayed there. And I talked with number of Rohingyas there. Those who are peace-loving, they are in fantastic position in Bhasan Char. There is no problem in that. They have fantastic accommodation. For 100,000 people can be accommodated there. Now it is 40,000 plus are there. NGOs are working, and there are a lot of income generating project is also on. There is schools for Rohingya children to learn. There are elderly educational system also there in Bhasan Char. But those who are miscreants, they are involved in drug trafficking, arms smuggling. Then for them, I think that is a hell, because they don't earn easy money. Yeah, okay. They are not getting the opportunity. But for peace-loving Rohingyas, excellent place. There is no doubt in that. That's why they are staying there. And the communication, yes, there was problem, but it can be solved, because they can frequently come to Cox's Bazar and go back to Bhasan Char. There is no problem. WFP is working, so they have the coupons, food rations and all those things. There are warehouses. So life is good. And if you go there, you love it.
That is very interesting, sir, because when this transportation migration from Teknaf to Bhasan Char started, they have already taken 400 or 500 people. Now you are saying 40,000 people are staying there.
So many oppositions are there, because you see, from Cox's Bazar, if you want to carry out these humanitarian activities, excellent. Cox's Bazar is a touristic place. There are a lot of hotels are there, 24 hours electricity, so many facilities are there. But in Bhasan Char, for those people, I think it's very difficult. Why they should be away from
this kind of
facilities? Why they should leave these facilities and stay in Bhasan Char? But from Rohingya point of view, I think Bhasan Char is better. From Bangladesh point of view, is better.
Okay, sir. My last question.
Please.
You have visited Bhasan Char. What are the facilities Bangladesh has provided to improve the living standard of the Rohingyas? It includes the schooling, medical support, and the job opportunities. I mean, what are the training centers they have established there?
So many NGOs are working there. Agricultural, fishing, education, shop and other things. That means they can operate there. Some transportation, rickshaw and others, they have these livelihood opportunities. There is the recycling system. They work with, some NGOs are working with the fertilizer and others. Right? And they have the ponds, so they go for this fishing and other thing. They go to the sea also to collect the fish.
Okay. Sir, last question I want to ask you, which is pricking my mind since I have started the show. What is the environment in Bhasan Char? Their medical facilities, their utilities, sanitation, then religious activities, and is there any opportunities to have skilled manpower? How do you see Bhasan Char?
I was there in Bhasan Char. I am fortunate. Excellent facilities. The basic needs, the shelter, the food, the treatment, clothing is available in Bhasan Char. Guaranteed. There is no doubt in that. Education, healthcare is there. Skill development training is there in Bhasan Char. Then if they want to enhance it further, that is also possible in Bhasan Char. But at the end of, before concluding, I must say, we should have policy for the Rohingyas, for Myanmar. What we want to achieve from Bangladesh-Myanmar relationship, what we want to achieve from this Rohingya crisis and settling this crisis. And if we focus on Rohingya crisis, two things I should emphasize. First, Rohingyas staying inside Bangladesh, what we should do, specific policy. How best we can prepare themselves for launching them to Myanmar. And in Myanmar side, how we can integrate them with the Myanmar society. Are we taking any action? How they want to continue their livelihood in future after going back to Myanmar. And also the mindset of Myanmar authority, that means the military or Myanmar government, mindset of Arakan army, mindset of national unity government, mindset of Buddhist monk once they propagated the hatred against the Rohingyas. So all those things should be included in the policy. Then staying in Bhasanchar will be also fruitful. They can be trained in Bhasanchar. They will be employed in Myanmar because so many employment opportunities are there in the special economic zone of Rakhine state. They need manpower. If they train Rakhine and allow them to contribute there, they can contribute in the development of Rakhine state because Rakhine state is one of the poorest state of Myanmar. And if they stay together, Rohingya and Rakhine, and if they are trained, if they are educated, if they are capable, certainly they can contribute better. So Bhasanchar can be an ideal launching pad for this particular thing.
Excellent, sir. The excellent information, what we are yet to know or we have been missing since long. Sir, we are very lucky to have you with us, and I find this is one of the most interesting dialogue we have done in this studio. I'm sure you have liked the conversation between myself and Brigadier Shams sir. And what came out from our discussion is that we must have policies and we must have right people in the right place to take these policies ahead. I mean, our steps should be taken so that we can achieve our goal, actually what we want. We will have, very soon we will have our elected government, and I expect that the government, the incoming government or the political party should work right from today and pick the right people who are thinking on this side or who are knowledgeable on this side. They have dedicated their life for having knowledge on this issue, use their expertise and find out a solution. Fix a date and fix a platform and allow them to work with that. Gentlemen, who will be leading this Bay of Bengal will be leading this subcontinent. That I expect. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we have today in our defense dialogue. Hope to see you soon in some other day with some other issue and with some other fine gentleman. Thank you.